That can be a hero's journey that's like an origin story. It could be story jacking. My favorite example of story jacking is one that Perry uses with Survival Life. He saw on the Ellen DeGeneres show that there was a lady who was being interviewed by Ellen, and the lady had escaped from a flood where her house ended up blowing up, and she saved her pet. And she was telling Ellen, when it first happened, when they first gave the order to evacuate, I didn't take action, and that was wrong. Then it became impossible to evacuate because the water had risen up to the point where I couldn't operate my vehicle, and the rescue people came by in the boat, and they said, hey, there's an order to evacuate. You actually need to get out of here. It's not safe. And she said, fine, let me bring my pet. And they said, no pets. And she's like, so they basically gave me the decision of saving my life and ensuring that my pet would absolutely die. And that was unacceptable, and so I stayed. And the water kept rising, and the water kept rising, and eventually it got to where we had to get up on the roof, and people would continue to come by, the emergency people would continue to come by and say, hey, get on, and they never would let me take the pet. And finally, as it was becoming apparent that I didn't have much longer to be able to be up here, one of my neighbors came by on a jet ski and said, you got to get out of here. He said, I'm helping people who got stranded. I got out a long time ago. I'm just coming back trying to help people now. Get on. And she said, but they wouldn't let me bring my pet. Will you? And he's like, of course you can bring your pet. So she went to hop on, and her dress got snagged on one of the gutter things on the roof, and she got stuck. And he just pulled out his knife from behind and cut the dress, and they drove off. And as they were speeding off, the house exploded from a gas thing, right? So now they're safe. What is Perry selling? Knives, right? That's not Perry's story. It is now, right? So that's super powerful. And each one of these little blocks has the power to move people, nothing so much as stories. But if you think about all the emotions that are called into play by the story that he wrote around that, it's pretty impressive. And it's very, very motivating. So use that.